Hey guys, I'm Robert.
And David.
David's fresh back from his win there, round one. How'd that feel?
It felt pretty good. So the best thing about doing a ghost draft, I think, is that you always you don't have to draft for value. So being able to pick up the Sphinx's Revelation like kind of later in the draft, like I did, and not having to worry about it was a lot better than it could have been in any other situation. Definitely one of the big payoff cards in actually my draft as a whole, because
it's just a good all-around come-around card. I mean, you play it, you're gaining life, and you're getting cards in hand.
Absolutely.
So it's a stabilizer.
Well, that was the big thing about it when it was in Ravnica as well. I mean, you had the Bant decks that played Sphinx's Revelation, Thragtusk, Restoration Angel. I mean the Flash deck as it is, and basically what we have here in Modern Masters Draft. The dream situation.
It's just such a sweet idea to draft that and to have that Sphinx's Revelation in that late game, and it just stabilizes your life total. It gets you cards in hand, so it's digging you for answers, and it's a format that you need the answers for.
Yeah,
because there are a lot of really good creatures out there, and a lot of really good spells that are gonna stop those really good creatures.
Yeah, but enough of that. We're heading into round 2 here in a second. They're featuring 2 more people who joined us in our draft, our locals, Joe and Oscar. Joe I play a lot of Standard with. I sometimes go to SCG Opens with. Oscar is pretty well known for being one of the best drafters.
This is game 2 of Modern Masters Draft. Round 2.
I got paired up
Joe
against
won
him
the roll
in round 1 and just
so I will be on
lost.
play.
It was kind of a blowout.
I'll keep.
He's a very good drafter. Knows really how to put cards together, and
it looks like we're heading into the round action right now. So for people who didn't see, we have Oscar on a multi 6, Joe with a full 7, starting with the Plains, and followed that with an Izzet Gilgit.
Looks like Joe here is going to play Dragon Fodder and get those 2 Goblin tokens. Joe seems to be on a very aggressive red-white strategy.
Yeah, a little bit of that Boros bash you facing.
Yeah.
It looks like we got Grixis going on over here.
Yeah, looks like Oscar's going on the Grixis plan.
Don't madcap skills me, bro.
3.
Deal.
Sky Knight Legionnaire. Alright, there we go. So Joe is definitely going all in on the basher facing.
4.
He's got 4 damage on turn 3, which is pretty good.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that Sky Knight Legionnaire is such a good aggressively placed card, especially in this format. I mean, unless you get Agony Warp right out
there
the gate.
we go. Right off the bat, taking out that Sky Knight Legionnaire.
Agony Warp.
That's one way to get rid of the aggressive flyers. Is just make them so they don't exist.
Yeah, just warping them.
He played an Agony Warp.
All right, so I think we're gonna see a really heavy control shell here.
What would I do with that?
Yeah.
Basically, just the aggro versus control matchup here in this format.
I mean, it's a very, very dream control deck you can build.
Exactly, but this is the big thing about Modern Masters compared to other draft formats is you can actually go for those deck archetypes instead of just having to deal with the standard everything is mid-range tempo style thing.
Exactly, you can play a very solid aggro deck.
Make 2 birds.
There's Joe with the bird token.
Yeah, so we're down. We got two 1/1 flyers, 2 2s on the ground. We've already got Oscar down to 17. Joe's sitting at a healthy 20.
Yep.
But as we know, with any kind of control matchup, all that matters is once we hit about 6 or 7 lands, we can see what kind of bombs
Exactly.
got.
The control deck just wants to play that turn 6 creature, and usually that turn 6 creature is gonna come down and do some work for him.
It just seems like 4 damage a turn right now. It just seems like a lot. Again.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot, but if you think about it, it's a control deck, so he's probably has a decent amount of removal in that deck.
Well, yeah, I mean, you gotta worry about the other threats that come up when you play against the aggro deck right now, especially when you're playing against red. I mean, Magma Jet is a card that exists in this format. Again, another Agony Warp.
Agony Warp. How many Agony Warps did this man draft? That is ridiculous.
So that's really 2 good. So far.
15, 20.
There's common removal in this one, though, isn't it?
I believe so.
2 more birds.
And there's
last thing I want to see is something like an Intangible Virtue come out from this. That'd be disgusting.
Oh, Intangible Virtue would just
I never saw one in the draft.
Falkenrath
Falkenrath Noble coming
Okay.
down, 2/2 flyer. Whenever a creature dies, target one, lose one.
Target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. Really good card. It's kind of a bigger version of a Blood Artist.
Yeah.
From,
Now
original.
it triggers on itself, but the big thing about Falkenrath
2/2
Noble that
flyer,
people seem to
and
miss is
that
it triggers on the opponent's
ability.
creatures as well.
Yes.
So, slightly better. I guess. I mean, a bigger body, yeah. But I mean, it's just such a big blocker, especially with all these 1/1s on the field.
Yeah.
It might make attacking here really awkward for Joe.
Exactly. I mean, Joe does
Core
have
Hookmaster.
creatures.
Unless he taps it down. It's
There we
Core
go.
Lineslinger, I
75.
think. Is the
Yeah.
name.
Core Lineslinger comes in, taps a creature as long as you control it.
And Mog Funk.
Mog
And
Flunkies,
Mog Flunkies
get
are
past.
coming down 3/3 for 2 that can't attack or block unless.
It's like
you-
5 damage. So
That is a
we've-
total
we've
10
got him down.
damage on board.
So he's Oscar's down to 10 now.
Yeah, and it looks like he's got 10 damage on board. So Oscar's got to find his out here.
Well, we Agony Orb again, and we can kill the Mog Funkies, prevent the damage, take another 5, then go to 5. That's assuming we have a third Agony Orb,
Yes.
which is not a guarantee. Because I know I had a couple in my pool too.
Yeah. It's kind of one of those cards I wish I got in my pool.
I favored removal so hard in the set. I drafted everything, all the Grizzly Spectacles I could. I think people undervalue that card right now. I mean, 4 mana, unconditional instant speed removal, fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, even the mill part seems to be pretty good, and the decks aren't that big, so losing cards off the top of your library to that's pretty good. So we got
Double
Oscar's trying to figure out what he wants to do over
Blue
here.
black, blue red.
Blue red. We got something coming out for 2.
Phantasmal. Image.
Phantom-
Phantasmal image.
Phantasmal Image.
Hookmaster on a bird.
Sure.
What did he target? He targeted the core, I think.
I believe he did, and I think he taps down
Go ahead.
I have bird
a bird
tokens
token.
in my bag.
Yeah, he tapped down 1 bird token with the
With the
Phantasmal
Phantasmal
image
Image.
because it gains the trigger because it enters as.
Yes. Which is a pretty good play. I mean,
So again, we got 4 1/1 tokens, 2 is flying, a 3/3, and a 2/2 available to attack here for Joe.
still a decent amount of damage. He's gonna come in. He's got to. He's got to come. He's got to keep applying the pressure right now.
So 2,
everybody?
3, 4, 5,
I
6,
will block a goblin.
7, 8, 9.
Sure.
Gonna take 8.
Do you have any effects before damage?
No effects before damage.
I do.
Okay.
Terminate.
Terminate.
Flunkies.
Flunkies.
Terminate.
Terminate.
Trigger.
And that's 2 life gain
Trigger
triggers
11
Yes,
as well.
because he's
Get an 18.
killing the
Damage
creature
results, trigger.
before damage, and he's killing the creature during
12,
damage, so he's gonna gain
18
2
and I
life.
take
Joe's gonna
1,
lose 2
2,
life.
3,
So
4, 5.
down to 7.
Go to
7 to 18.
7, 18.
There we go.
That was a really good defense there. 2 more goblins coming
Wow,
out.
Joe's just going all in on those dragon fires.
I got ones.
Alright, that works too.
Oscar came prepared with his own.
Oh
token.
Oh my
Is that a
goodness,
Boros
that's a Boros
Reckoner?
Reckoner.
Wow.
Good.
That's something you don't want to see, especially when you're this far behind already.
Yeah.
You
that
can't
is-
block it. I mean, he does.
You
I
don't
mean-
want to block it because it's just gonna deal the damage.
Just,
to you anyways.
I mean, oh god, losing that terminus on the mug or the terminate on the Mog Funkies now just feels so bad.
yeah. And then, I mean, just that Boros Reckoner alone, Joe seems like he's got a very good board state. It looks like Oscar's kind of missed a few land drops by this point. So he might be behind on mana a little bit, but
A little bit. I mean, it's not too bad. They're both sitting at 5. It's just that Oscar needs the higher mana more than Joe
Joe.
does. I think Joe is working with no cards left in hand at this point. I think he's
Yeah,
top decking.
I believe he's in Hellbent mode.
Yeah.
He's just playing the cards off.
Unfortunately,
top
this
of
is
his
Return to Ravnica, not original Ravnica. There's
I
no Hellbent
know.
cards in this in this
Yeah.
draft environment.
Thank God, those are too good.
Let's see what we got here for Oscar. Some kind of line to get him out of this, because that Reckoner is gonna cause a lot of problems. in
Reckoner's
2
gonna wreck some
seconds.
face.
Exactly. So leaving up the black, tapping down for
Pythian Stinger.
Looks like the
I forget the name of this card, but
It's the 0/1 tap to deal 1 damage to target creature or player with the unearth of 1.
Go ahead.
I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but probably have
it's like
it on our overlay.
Vizian something, right?
Yes. It's actually a really solid card because it blocks really well. Because you can set it to block and then tap it to ping a smaller dude.
Yeah, I mean, against all these tokens, it's a way to kind of answer the oncoming swarm.
Yes.
We do have the Falcon Wrath untapped this time, so we can stop a little bit more damage. Swing out's happening now.
Can I go to blocks?
We did two. Let's see what we got here.
See, we got 3 damage in air. Looks like.
So he's at. So we're at.
Oh wow! Overloaded Dynacharge.
So that's plus
Alright,
2 plus
can you
0
go
to
back?
everything on the field. Those birds are now 3 1s. That's
much is
18
it?
damage
Plus two-
just from the
Plus 2 on
tokens.
each, yep.
24 plus that's 29 damage that we have to deal with here. I don't actually think that if he blocks like this.
I don't even think of blocking it.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
we're
out.
right. That's game. Wow, Dynacharge is just ridiculous.
So, yeah, that's a lot of damage real fast coming out there. We'll see if they have anything interesting for Oscar's sideboard that might help in the next matchup, but I don't really see too much that might assist with something that gruesome.
Yeah, I mean he would have to have sideboarded like some more counter magic or something like that.
Yeah.
But it looks like that Dynacharge is just ridiculous. I wonder how many Dynacharges that Joe got his hands on. 'Cause
Well, it's an uncommon, right? I think.
I believe it's an uncommon, and I don't believe a lot of people were actually committing to red in our draft pool.
No, it seemed like a lot of I know my first round opponent was on the green white with a splash of blue. My second round opponent was also going with the green white strategy. Had a lot more Call the Conclaves though.
Call of the Conclave I think is a sweet.
It was Call of the
card in
Conclave,
this
Call of the
format.
Conclaves, and the Ooze Maker, the slime.
The slime molding.
Slime molding, yeah.
Yeah, slime molding is really good. You just dump late game, dump all your mana into that.
Yeah. That got really spooky at one point because they laid down Wart and made the goblins, and they'd already played one slime molding. I was like, all right, I can't let that sit on the field. If I get double slime molding, I'm out of here.
Oh man,
Yeah.
Wart with double slime molding is crazy.
But we'll give these guys a minute to shuffle up and get right back into game number
Yeah.
2. See if Oscar can bring it back.
Got our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We'll keep this. Let's try. We'll leave that on top.
6 is
Is it
kept.
Gilgate?
Is it Gilgate is played for the first land, and looks like a
Jungle
Shrine.
jungle shrine.
A non-zombie on turn 2.
I guess it just acts as a
Zombie,
Boros Guildgate almost.
I believe he might have a splash of green in his deck.
Did he play any green last game?
I didn't see any green, but from what I've seen of the deck, I think there's a splash green in there.
You got the dragon fodder coming out again.
Those fodders, I believe he got
Dragon fodder.
all of them.
Got it.
I didn't
And
see anyone
pass.
else with a dragon fodder.
I mean, it's a good card.
It's a very good card. It's what the 2 copies got in the last game.
Absolutely. Again, like you get those first couple turns of chip damage, you set the entire pace of the game,
yeah.
and then he just kept on hitting them. I think he played 3 last game.
It was 2 to 3.
I think it was- I think
There's
it
a
was
lot of
3.
goblin tokens out. Burning Tremissary.
So there's a green
There's
splash
green
and a
spell.
madcap
skill
skill.
on
Yeah.
Into Madcap
a
skills.
goblin.
That's 4 coming in with that
4
goblin.
Swing for
damage
With
and
menace.
Ooh, not fun.
Oh.
Oh, never mind.
So
What was that? A
Yep.
I don't know the name of the card off the top of my head, but I believe it's +4, -4.
yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's blue, red, and 1. It's give target creature +4, -4, right?
Yes, it's a very good removal spell in this format.
Oh, sorry, it's red black because otherwise he wouldn't have had the mana to cast it.
Yes.
Here comes out a Signet,
Is it Signet? Is it a Signet?
Go ahead.
leaving out that Agony Warp mana. Well, no, you can't because you can't tap the black.
No.
I want to just see every single Agony Warp come out again. Stave off all that aggression.
Agony Warp is just too good. So here comes Joe coming in for 3 damage. with a goblin and a burning emissary. Now it looks like he's offering up the trade with the goblin token with the zombie.
We'll see if he takes it. Again, it's all about the tempo moves at this point. The more he slows down Joe from advancing, the better.
Exactly.
I mean, there's other things we have to keep into mind here. He is playing red things like Magma Jet can come out to screw up the block. We've got Rebel Belt Malakas for Bloodlust.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course, you don't really want to be putting that +3/+3 into the trade.
A token that's
That's
not going to
just gonna
deal
be
damage. Yeah.
So another Dragon Fodder coming down here. Again, we're seeing
Dragon Fodders.
the go wide strategy working, or in the works at least. No guarantee yet.
It was 4 mana, 3 mana.
3 mana for a
of
wall.
Frost. There we go.
Wall of Frost.
So
That's
it
the
looks
kind
like
of stuff we need to see last game from Oscar. Something early with a little bit of tempo to clog up the board. It was just nothing but removal spells last time, and
it just didn't have enough to keep up with the board
well,
state as is.
you're playing one card to
0/7
get rid of one
defender, and
creature, and your
block
opponent's
something
playing
that
one
doesn't
card to
affect it.
replace it with 2 more. I mean, it just wasn't.
It wasn't good.
The
enough.
resource distribution was not equal.
No. But I mean, the wall of Frost is really good. It's gonna keep something tapped because he's gonna block with it. I believe it's a 0/7 wall.
It's 0/7. Creatures that
Which
block
one?
by Wall of Frost do not
And
untap the
18.
control's next untap step. So it's when you block the burning tree, keep the burning tree from being able to attack next turn as well.
And that looks like that's the play that Oscar's gonna go for.
Zombie back in front of one of the goblins.
Correct.
We do have some responses from
Looks like
Joe.
Joe is trying to figure out what he wants to do here.
Maybe.
Yeah, 2 mana.
So that's the
Do him
that's the
+2/+1.
uncommon
that you locked.
Bloodlust
Good one.
card. Gives target creature +3/+1, and
Two, 17,
does it
17.
gain trample as well? I don't think it gains trample.
Doesn't gain trample.
But you can, whenever
The, Youthful Knight.
Yeah,
whenever
pass
he
the turn.
deals combat damage to the player, he can pay 3 and return that card from his
return
graveyard to his hand.
graveyard to hand.
It's hardly
which
in
is
the camera.
pretty good.
Yeah. Now Oscar did take 1. Joe got in for 1. That's 19 down for Oscar. And we're joined by it's a 2/1
Fester.
knight with first strike, right?
Yes.
Good thing.
It looks like there. Yeah, Joe's coming back in for the attack.
I'll block
Youthful
the
Knight?
Youthful Knight.
Sure.
Any effects before damage?
No effects.
So
Down to
we got
15.
Oscar at
Take two.
15. Well, Oscar did take
15.
damage earlier in the turn in the game before that 1 damage.
That's right. That's right. I had missed a couple of those. So 2 more birds coming
I
in
will
here.
make 2 birds.
Those are some fancy bird tokens.
I'm at 15.
You know, those little penguins.
Guess he got
Pass the turn.
terminating a bird.
Terminate a bird.
That's
I feel like
No. I think we're learning again. Like, going 1 for 1 on resources. I mean, yeah, he's getting that. Oh wait,
oh,
Didn't rub a horror.
the
it's Durhaka.
Durhaka
Bounces
or
and
discard a
it's
card.
enters the battlefield, returns a permanent that your opponent controls through their hand, and that player has to discard a card.
So he bounced the
York.
bird token, and Joe's only card in hand was another
Dino
Dynacharge.
Yeah.
Oh,
Off the top.
Remember
Wow.
that?
Nice.
so it's
So
3
three.
damage.
3 damage.
That puts the Durhaka down
12.
to 1 power per turn. If he blocks a goblin, he trades with it.
Yeah, and then so you bonfire
bonfire
the
the
damage
damage.
for 3.
Yeah, the Miracle Bonfire for 3 damage.
That is beautiful.
Nice card.
Thank you.
And the power in this set is just awesome.
That was such a wheel.
It's interesting. So the Durhaka Hard at that point was a 4/1. Joe has the option to attack with the goblins to trade the
But he
Durhaka out the way.
didn't,
but
but
he
he-
doesn't go in for the attack.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, if you're Oscar and he just swings in with 2 goblins, you just take the 2
You
goblins.
do, but that's 2 more damage that you get on your opponent. Now as the creatures just sit there and do nothing. I mean, Joe doesn't want to block because then he just loses the
Red.
creatures anyway.
So blue, blue,
Oh,
red.
Oh, is that
there we
Cruel
go. That's a
Ultimatum?
cruel
Black, black, black.
ultimatum.
Gold tomato.
So he's gonna Joe's gonna
read
sack a
this.
creature, discard 2 cards.
Target
which he doesn't
opponent
have cards to
sacrifices a
discard.
creature, discards
There's
3
3
cards,
cards
and
in
loses
3
5
cards,
life.
yes.
You return a creature card
So-
from your graveyard to your hand.
So it's a
Awesome.
Draw
10-point
3
life
cards and gain
swing,
5
a
life.
6-card
That's not
swing,
bad for me.
and
He gets
Yeah,
a
on the
creature
sack.
back.
Sack.
from
No
his
cards in
graveyard
hand. I will go to
the only thing he has is
17.
the zombie that died
Draw
earlier.
I mean, the zombie's okay.
3. And
I
I'll
mean, now he's got
return
mana to use it
9
in the
zombie
game.
token.
Yeah.
Unlike earlier where he was just throwing it
Ripper.
out in front of the goblins. So it looks like Oscar has finally gotten to that point in the game where he's been able to stabilize.
Well, there's your payoff card is the control deck, and
Yeah.
you see like this is the exact same point I'm making about last time. Oscar goes in, or Joe went in for the attack this time.
So that
Durakahar
Take
just
1,
blocks and
go
it
to
doesn't matter.
16.
The thing could have been off the
Second
field,
man
or you
for
could have
another
gotten
dragon
2 more
card.
damage last
True.
time.
But if look at it this way,
go ahead.
I mean, not like Joe knew that he was gonna have the cruel ultimatum.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway.
If Joe swung in with the horror still at the 1 toughness, he would kill the horror. The following turn, Oscar still would have played the cruel ultimatum and just got the horror back, and just had more value that way.
Red.
Kraken
Blue,
actually.
red.
Kraken hatchling.
Kraken
Another
hatchling
Kraken
again.
hatchling.
Use this
Ooh,
blue
didn't
for
know I'd
Kraken
see those
Hatchling,
guys
have
coming
red
down.
Floating.
I mean, I feel like they're brought in off the sideboard, maybe. I don't
Another
think they're
Falcon
made.
Wrath. That's
Falcon
that is
Wrath.
quite the
Well, that's
board
all.
state to fight your way through.
Yeah, there's
And
Should be.
2 hatchlings, the zombie, and
Oh,
the
sorry, I
noble
thought you said go
all
ahead.
out, and then the
Take
horror
4.
is just
Right.
coming in for 4
16,
damage.
16.
Looks like we had a little miscommunication there about what Oscar had said about his untap. So
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah. So
intent-
11.
He has an
He has
intangible
to-
virtue.
Wow.
Intangible virtue?
Ooh, nice.
Could you imagine if you saw that?
does
I mean,
mean
like
you
it
get
didn't
right
matter
now.
last game, but
Go
that's
ahead.
still a big thing to think about with this.
I
With
feel
this
like
deck.
I feel like if he had that intangible virtue a little earlier on, it would probably make more of a difference. It seems like right now, I feel like Oscar has this game a little bit, just from his board state alone. I mean, I don't know any other cards in Joe's deck
Yeah,
that
there's
can
6 mana come down. A Deadeye
for
Navigator.
Deadeye Navigator.
Oh, you pair that with
Deadeye
Durok.
Navigator?
Yeah.
Pairing it with a horror.
So
Pair with
this
that
is
horror.
about
Mhm.
the best thing you can do. This is the ultimate token remover. It does not trigger Falcon Wrath Noble is a good point because the creatures are leaving the battlefield. They're not dying.
No
They
cards in
they
hand,
won't
right?
die.
cards in hand.
I
So
mean, the tokens die in a sense, but they're leaving the battle.
they're getting returned to hand, and then because they don't exist as cards, they just disappear.
9, 16.
So
I'll pass a
So
turn and have an
during
effect during
draw
your draw step.
Okay.
Draw step.
He's gonna use
so
the
he's using the
Deadeye
end of the,
Navigator.
he's using the end of the draw step to
Um,
flicker the horror and make him discard the card he drew for
Blink
turn.
it.
Exactly. So wow,
Target
that
goblin.
is actually
Discard
pretty
Soul
bad. That's
Ward.
a soul warding going into the graveyard. I feel like soul ward is probably better early on.
It doesn't really do much. I mean, with all the tokens
Best
in Joe's deck, I could see the benefit of it, but for his line of play, it's not really a card that you care too much to lose.
Yeah.
However, you're gonna lose all your tokens here. You're gonna lose the you're gonna lose the youthful knight as well because it's gonna be discarded when it returns to hand here.
Blink for the night
Goes back to my hand.
and discard.
Again, just going through
He's
the
just
board,
gonna keep blinking stuff and
and
then
every time he's coming down, the horror is being
Blink.
repaired.
exactly.
So
So he just wiped Joe's board clean of all the tokens he has, and now he's swinging
This
for
does not
8
look good for
damage.
me.
But it looks like
5,
it.
6, 7, 8.
Yep.
Get a 9. The 1. And then I'll
all right,
There we go.
looks like that did it.
sacrifice a hatchling.
Wow, looks like Oscar came back.
So you can see the hatchlings getting their jobs in there, being sacrificed to the zombie to drain for 1.
Yeah,
Um,
it was all that. That's what the control deck wants.
I like how he decided he wanted to do that as long as play as a more insulting way instead of just getting the horror to swing in there too, because that was lethal no matter what.
Well, the horror couldn't swing in because it had
That's
so
right,
many
'cause it
sickness
blinked.
from being blinked so many times.
Yep. So that actually was
That was
the
the only way
only
he's gonna
perfect
win.
lethal. It was still a perfect lethal. Though.
Yeah. That was the only way he was going to take that game and go into game
I
2.
just think
game
about the
3
horror
now.
being on the field for so long that
It's ridiculous. I had the unfortunate, ability of going up against it in round 1 during mine and Oscar's game, and he just destroyed me with it.
yeah. But we'll see what game 3 leads. Again, the aggro deck is going to be on the play for the final game. That is always a huge advantage.
Oh, aggro decks always want to be on the play. If they can play a turn 1 threat, or just stay ahead of the curve on turn 1 to turn 2 to turn 3, that's kind of their shining moment.
Right.
So, because they just want to keep swinging it for that early damage. And like you said earlier, The aggro deck needs that. It's more vital than people think it is. You know,
Yeah.
so
Give these guys a minute to shuffle up, get everything prepped, and we'll be right back in with game number 3.
yep. Looks
Alright,
like
looks
we're
like
coming
we're-
back in game 3 here.
You're
Joe-
going to get mulligans resolved and all that.
Yeah. Joe is going to be on the play, which is where that aggro deck really wants to be at. Looks like Joe
I'll keep
is going
this.
to keep his 7.
I'll
and
keep my hand.
Okay,
looks like
both keep
Oscar
them.
as well. All right, there we go.
Not in past turn.
This is a real game of Magic.
Yeah.
Mulligan rules are
Is it
for
Gilgate? Yeah.
starting every single round with is it Gilgate.
Planes.
Again,
Dragon Fodder?
Very-
duels.
You know it.
Yeah, calling that dragon fodder out.
Go ahead.
So many dragon fodders.
Well, I mean, you're running a draft deck. If you're running, we know he's running a minimum of 3 because we saw 3 game 1. You know,
Yeah.
this is the ideal situation. You want to have one in your opening hand every single time if you're playing 3 copies.
Exactly. I mean, it's just the key card in his deck. It's gonna give him dudes. It kind of makes Oscar's 1-for-1 removal that less effective because his Oscar's gonna use his 1-for-1s to take a token, and you're just gonna make 2 more
Image copy of
tokens.
Goblin.
Sure.
That is not what you want to be wasting a Phantasmal Image on, but it's
Desperate
some way to thought on the
times.
board.
I mean, I guess it trades.
It does trade. It does trade. Now, that's the big thing, though.
Don't
We
intend
talked about this before.
Points.
The goal for Oscar here is to delay as much damage as possible into the game. If it means casting his Phantasmal Image on a 1/1, then he might have to do that.
Block.
It just feels bad, you know?
Yeah, it's not
Sure.
the best play to make, but
19,
right
20.
now it's probably the most optimal play.
Yeah.
Parallel Shaman. Pass the turn.
Is that a Pyro Shaman? That's the
That's
Blood
the
Rush one.
That's the
that-
Blood Rush one. It's a 3/1 naturally.
Yeah. So it gives the creature Blood Rushes +3/+1.
And then when you do combat damage to a player,
Pass turn.
you can return it by paying 3 from your graveyard to your hand.
Yeah. I believe it was a rare in the
It got
original
downshifted to common.
Dragon's Maids, but now it
Combat?
got downshifted to an uncommon.
Crippling Chill targeting the Shaman.
What does it do?
Looks like he's
Tap it
gonna
and it doesn't.
tap the
Crippling
Shaman,
Chill, yeah.
and then it doesn't
Draw a
untap
card.
during the next untap
And
step,
draw a card.
and he draws a card. So that's another way to kind of
84?
do that, delaying that damage.
18,
I
20.
give him that. I mean, that's 6 damage he's staving off here because it's this
Youthful
turn and
Knight?
next turn.
Yep.
It looks like he's gonna
Pass the
play the
turn.
Knight again.
Yep. Just a little 2/1 for a striker.
Yeah, I mean the Knight's pretty good.
That's a good card.
Yeah,
Again, I drafted one. I think I almost played it. Opted it out last second.
I mean if you only have one, it's not as good. If you got 2 or
Ogre
3,
Jailbreaker.
that's where it gets better. Is that
Pass
the
turn.
So we got the Ogre Jailbreaker,
Jailbreaker?
which is a
Is it
4/4
4/4?
for
Defender?
I have a
four.
Gilgate, so
Gilgate.
it's back.
It's
4/4/4.
not a defender.
No defender on that. That is a Gilgate down there.
Oh yeah, that's but isn't it 2 or more Gilgates you have to control?
No, it's just one.
All right.
If you control a gate. So the Ogre Jailbreaker is already just a 4/4 creature on the board to clog it up.
I mean that's good enough as it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's not going to be attacking with it, obviously, but the defender clause is not something he has to worry about.
I'm gonna swing with both these guys.
Getting the beats in.
It's just gonna keep swinging in. I mean,
So here's the awkward thing about blocking the 2/1. We already know there's one blood rush in here. If he loses that Jiller to the first striker, I mean that's just such a huge tempo loss in this game.
It is because it not only takes away his only good blocker, but it's gonna leave Joe with the board state that Joe wants. He wants all the creatures. on.
Absolutely, I don't care
I'll
if I
block
have
the
to.
Goblin.
Okay, so here he's even thinking about that. Goes for the Goblin block instead,
Yeah.
Got them all.
and looks like we
Got
might
the
have
Malka.
called the right play because
Yeah.
there's the
Blood
Malka.
rush.
Take
So they're
2.
gonna trade.
Take 2?
I mean,
No, it's a better trade. I mean, it gets
16,
another threat off
And
of
that will pass the trade.
Joe's board.
exactly. It's a better trade. It's probably the most optimal play there. Got another swamp for Oscar. Looks like Joe has missed a few land drops,
Again, I
but
mean,
it doesn't really hurt him.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if he's playing more than 16 lands in this deck, though.
I feel like he's probably at like 14 to 15.
You think 14 to 15?
think
I was
I-
gonna say 15 or 16 is my biggest guess.
Yeah.
Cards in hand?
5.
So playing a group of 5 for Oscar.
That's not bad.
That's a lot of cards, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a kind of a
Like
sign.
combat?
When
Swing for 5?
you're just doing the
Joe's
1 for 1 for 1.
Keep swinging in.
Flash Spire Monitor.
It's a 3/3
3/3
flyer.
flyer.
Flash.
Fishy
Yep.
flyer
Can I
with
go to blocks?
flash.
You can?
Block the Knight.
Sure.
I'll take 3.
Sure.
Deck
Go
is
to,
16.
13, 13, 20.
I don't know math.
1320.
It's hard to keep track with all the goblin tokens that just get.
I mean, the goblins are just coming in, just swinging in with
Yeah.
it like they're supposed to do.
So 13 to 20 still.
Right now, Joe's got a pretty good lead. I mean, he's
We'll tap
establishing a
him down.
board
Yep.
every
And
chance he
pass.
gets. He's playing something to keep his board state there.
And again, we're tapping down the only threat that Oscar has for a turn. So the delay on any kind of sustainable defense.
Seal of Doom.
The Seal of
Seal
Doom.
of Doom.
Doom.
So that's a
Sure, target
removal
number.
spell.
It's
If I-
a
Yep.
it's a Doom Blade
it's a
on
Doom
an
Blade on an
enchantment.
enchantment, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Which,
weird.
I mean, it's good because he can now kill a creature now. It's not as good because he has 2 creatures he has to target. So which is the threat here? You know, do you...
Well, you
Go
get
to
down to
combat.
3/1 first. Well, no. Okay, so this is the hard thing. If you get the 3/1
Fine.
down,
No blocks. Do you have any effects before damage?
No effects.
let's see here. Probably another Agony Warp is waiting as well.
Seal the Shaman.
So we're gonna seal Shaman
Sure. And terminate the Hookmaster.
and terminate.
Okay, so seal and the terminate. So Oscar had all the removal. It wasn't that bad of a turn for Oscar.
No, it's a fine turn for Oscar.
Yes.
Again, so Joe's starting
Thunder
from
Trumpeter.
Yep.
from the base again, and this is a
Looks
Honored
like a
Trumpeter?
Trumpeter, Sunforged Trumpeter, I
some
believe.
yeah.
It's taps and deals a damage, I believe, if I remember correctly. Or taps a creature. I don't know a lot of cards off the top of my head, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, there's a
Some
lot
Stinger.
of cards in this set.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Stinger again. Another way to get some cheap damage pokes in.
Yes. Looks like Joe's still down some mana, so
Feels like the most filler card in Oscar's deck is that Seer or the Stinger.
I feel like it's there just for the tap and ping a dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it to where he has a card in that deck where he's able to untap it when it deals damage, I believe.
Swing.
Same
Block.
with the Trumpeter.
Sure. After combat, bonfire for 1.
So that was a bonfire post combat.
You take 1. as well.
Without the
Right.
miracle, it kills both of
12,
Joe's
20.
or both of Oscar's guys.
Oh, so the guys
Trace
in
the
that
Trumpeter away.
Yeah. And then I believe it also hits Oscar for 1.
It does do 1 damage to Oscar.
Yeah.
Got another Izzet Guildgate coming down.
Falcon Wrath Noble.
And
Mhm.
Falcon Wrath Noble.
Wrath Noble's. I feel like if it was down last turn,
Well, that would have been a 3-point light or 6-point swing again.
yeah.
Just can't always live the dream.
There's that plains.
So we can start seeing the calls come down and get some bird tokens clogging up the board.
Yeah.
But now that Oscar's also put a flyer down, it doesn't really have the same effect.
No, you don't want to put the birds down with that noble out because you're just gonna lose life off it now.
I'll deal 2 damage.
It's a magma jet
There's a
now.
magma jet.
13, 19.
I believe that's the first magma jet we've seen this whole round.
all time. I mean,
Yeah.
I played Magma
I was
Jet.
playing Esper. So Magma Jet, deal 2 damage, scry 2, gets the Falcon Rep dead. 13, 19. I still feel like this game is in a
to
demanding
his
lead for
creature.
Oscar though.
Yeah, Oscar seems like he's in
That's
a
correct,
very good position right now. He's ahead on mana, and he's also probably ahead on resources in hand.
Yeah, I mean he's sitting on 6 lands, 7 lands now to the 4. And there's only 7 damage done so far.
Exactly. And Joe only has 2 red sources, which I feel like his deck is heavier on red. So he's going to want more red
Burning
sources
Tree
as the
Emissary?
game goes on. And there's a Burning Tree
Resolve.
Emissary
Gorkland Rampager.
into a Gore Clan. Wow,
Yeah.
now we found that other green card in his deck.
Oh man,
That's
he's
a
got
4/4 Trampler.
Terminate the Rampage.
oh
I mean,
my
there's the
goodness.
Terminate.
That's another Terminate. That's 2 Terminates he has in his deck?
I believe that's 2.
Jeez, I thought he only had the 1 and was just getting lucky.
I,
good.
I believe every time he saw it, he just took it. That's probably one of those cards he saw and just took.
Absolutely. I mean, if I was flashing for red in my deck, I would have been taking every Terminate too.
Yeah.
Horror.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Bounce
power
Emissary.
down, bounce that. Do we
the
discard
horror.
it or we discard something else? Discard
Discarding a
Dragon.
Dragon
Okay.
Fodder. Well, I feel like that's right. The Dragon Fodder is not that good.
Well,
late
we don't know
game.
if Joe has anything else that makes green or needs green mana, and since he doesn't have a green source,
Yeah,
having
so
the
far.
Burning Tree is probably
No.
a little bit more reliable.
So So he goes Burning Emissary again
One.
into
Turn 2.
Sky Knight Legionnaire,
Yep.
which Legionnaire is
Burning
going
Tree
to swing
Emissary
in
into
for
Sky Knight
2.
Legionnaire.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So down to 11.
Yeah.
This does put another clock on there. I think
Go
the
ahead.
Har's clock is faster, but I mean, if you
Cards
start
in?
swinging, the
One.
Burning Tree gets in, so the clock's even out.
Swing for 2.
It's just an awkward situation. Down to
Double.
9, it looks
Two.
like.
Yeah, that
919.
that Sky Knight Legionnaire is just going to keep coming in
That's-
for that damage unless Oscar can find another removal
I
spell.
mean, there's
for
plenty
it.
of blue flyers. If you use
Go ahead.
black flyer, there's Vampire Nighthawk. There is Falcon Red Noble, which is already passed. It
Combat?
looks like.
Mhm.
2.
Swinging in, getting it
Seven.
down to 7. We know Oscar also has at least 2 Agony Warps, if not 3.
Yeah, so
If
at
we
this
can
point, I think he's already
Sure.
trying to find that
another
Agony Warp.
Signet.
He's got that Civic Signet. So
I don't think he has green in the deck, but it is like just a ramp for 1.
Yeah.
Play another Legionnaire.
What? There.
Go to
Wow.
Yep.
So now we've
That's-
doubled the clock.
Agony
So that's a
Warp.
2-turn
Oh,
clock.
wow.
He's gonna Agony Warp,
Is it-
killing a Legionnaire, and then
Sure.
zeroing the attack on another Legionnaire. So that's just no damage, though.
Still,
Faster.
I mean, it doesn't feel good.
No.
Makes me wonder if Oscar's had that for a while, because I'm assuming he drew that
Right.
Signet this past turn.
Yeah.
Which means he just decided to take the damage to stop the damage another turn. I don't know if that was the right call
So
though,
two
because now that we have the second Legionnaire out, I mean the clock is ticking really
Yeah.
fast now.
Yeah.
This is going to take him up to 5.
Oscar's got to find that Deadeye Navigator he's got in his deck, or
Or Mog
something
Flunkies.
else to kind
Mog
of.
Flunkies.
And a Mog Flunky's coming down. So it looks like Oscar's just got to find another answer for this board state that Joe's kind of bringing back. I mean, looked like Oscar was gonna have it there for a while, but Joe's kind of coming back fast.
Go ahead.
I think he's just drawing down. I think it's actually
What's
hold
your
on.
left total?
I am at 5.
So it looks like
Looks like we got 2 cards in the hand for Joe. It looks like Oscar might be just pulling up the top. So
Swing out.
we're swinging 7.
7. No matter
You have to block the Mug Funkies no matter
you
what.
have to
At
block the
block the
flunkies.
flunkies.
That way you only go down to
Take 4.
1.
You have no effects.
No effects.
Agony Warp.
We did have another card.
Toughness, power.
So he's going to kill the other Skylight Legionnaire, and he's going to zero the power.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, Jaraga's not dead. Okay, good. Okay, good. They caught that.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't know that was a 4/4 Mog Flunkies.
That's not the
It's
case.
a
Okay,
3/3.
so we're still at 5.
Go ahead.
Both Agony Warps, or 2 Agony Warps down.
Pass.
Again, this is just a really, really tight situation for Oscar.
Yeah, Oscar's
Like
got to
the
find
skill gate.
something
Go
now.
ahead.
That's not what you want to find, though.
No, he needs more removal
What's your left total?
or
I am at 5.
We're at 5.
5
Add
life.
cap skills.
Ooh,
That is
a-
5
Oh.
damage.
Yep.
Yeah, begins.
Oh my god, that was a madcap skills for the win.
That was intense. Really
That's
intense.
some mad cap skills.
Oh wow, really, David? You're gonna go there with that?
Listen, there's no other option you had there.
All
Bye
right.
camera. Bye camera.
But yeah,
camera.
that's how you go do it.
They
Looks
got
like
there.
Boros aggro with a small splash for.
Burning
The-
Emissaries and the Gruul Clan
I mean-
Rampagers. Those Rampagers are scary.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw how quickly
Could you imagine
Oscar
if you
got
got
rid
that
of that
bloodlust
Rampager.
off on that Gore clan though?
Hmm?
I mean, if you got that bloodlust off on that Gore clan,
Oh, that is the Blood Rush. Just +4/+4 and trample is almost unbeatable.
you play it as a creature when you can, like when you did. But
You play it when you have to. You know, I don't think
I
you.
mean, that surprise damage is basically 2 mana deal 4 damage if your creature's
yeah,
unlocked.
it's a 2 mana burn spell at anything.
Looks like we had the Sedactrix spinner in Oscar's deck too. He's unsleeving his cards right now because this was single elimination.
Yeah,
But,
so Oscar unfortunately is.
So we're
out of
seeing
it.
some of the other cards that were in this deck. Got a really cool looking brew going on here. But we'll go ahead and ignore that and go ahead and sign out. So if you guys want to check us out anywhere else, you can always follow us on Twitter. Our Twitter at Turn1SoulRing.
We are also have a Facebook account.
Oh yeah.
And so you can check us out on there. Basically, that's where we're going to keep up our updates of what's going on with the recordings. We're also going to ask if you guys want us to send us anything. What do you want to see us to play? Any formats you want us to check out? any deck ideas for commander decks, stuff like that. You can go ahead
And that Facebook as well as Turn One Sol Ring, correct?
correct. Yeah,
And make sure you guys spell that correctly. That's TRN, the number 1, SOLRNG.
yeah, we're weird, so we like to keep our name weird.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Make sure to also just hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Tune back in. Videos the goal is every Wednesday and every Saturday.
Saturday, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, we are changing up our schedule a little bit just because of our schedules in our personal lives, and we figure it'd be easier if you guys would like to have a Saturday off to watch our videos, or check us out on Wednesday nights or for our shorter videos.
Yeah.
We're also planning on coming out with some more content besides our commander videos and our gameplays pretty soon. And so stay tuned for more information on that.
Yep, a little bit of expansion. Always good.
Yeah, it's always
But-
good. Keeping it fresh.
Let's go ahead and get out of here. We'll see you guys in the next video that we release, where it will be the finals, where, spoilers, I won my match, so I'll be not casting. And now that I know,
Colin is going to join
now that I
me
have
back
so much
here in the
information
booth.
on Joe's deck, I'll be completely ready for the next round.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's see.
Yeah, all right. We'll see you guys. Bye. See you guys. Bye. See you guys. Bye. See you guys. Bye. See you guys.